feeling sad, frustrated, angry, anxious, perhaps guilty? In this video, we'll share with you a 5-step strategy to deal with negative emotions and help you feel positive emotions like joy, happiness, and hope. And we're gonna use a biblical perspective focusing on the book of Psalms. I'm Dr. Elias Moitinho, and my wife, Dr. Denise Moitinho, will join me in a few moments here. We are with Motivation and Growth. In this channel, we motivate you and give you tips and life skills to help you grow in your life. If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe.
God created us as emotional beings, so we experience lots of feelings throughout the day. In the book of Psalms, we can see many examples of emotions, including negative emotions. There is a group of psalms called Psalms of Lament, because in them, the psalmist expresses deep sorrow and grief. The lament psalms have a structure. First, the psalmist voices his complaint to God about his situation. A lament is actually a complaint. For example, in Psalms 13:2, David says, "How long must I struggle with anguish in my soul, with sorrow in my heart every day?" Second, the psalmist asks God for help. For example, in Psalm 6:4, David says, "Return, O Lord, and rescue me. Save me because of your unfailing love."
Third, the psalmist concludes the psalm by stating his hope in the Lord. David writes, "Weeping may last through the night, but joy comes with the morning." So David acknowledges the pain of his negative emotions to God, but he also emphasizes the hope for a change with the new day. Based on this understanding, let's go over the 5 steps. These are actions that you can take to change your negative emotions into positive ones. Step number 1, be aware of your emotion and name the emotion. How do you do that? Well, use I statements. You may say something along the lines of, "I am angry," or "I am sad." For example, David in Psalm 69:3 says, "I'm exhausted."
Step number 2, determine the source or reason for the emotion. You may ask yourself, what situation or event has triggered this emotion, and what happened? In many Psalms, David mentions his situation, the background of his situation, what is going on, the enemies or whatever is making his life miserable.
Step number 3, express your emotion to God through prayer. Here you pour out your heart and share your pain, your grief, your sadness. How can you do that? Well, a tip here is you can use a technique that counselors call journaling. Counselors recommend this technique to many clients because it helps reduce stress and deal with anxiety and depression, for example. You can do this in 2 ways. You can journal your prayers, meaning you write down your prayers to God, or you can journal your thoughts and feelings. This is like writing your own Psalm of Lament to God. Be consistent, but you can write as much or as little as you want.
Journaling has lots of benefits. It can boost your mood, helps you release negative emotions, help you manage stress, helps you prioritize what's important in your life and decrease symptoms of depression. This will also help you with emotion regulation. In this step, we also recommend that depending on how the negative emotion is affecting you, that you consider talking to your pastor or to a counselor.
Step 4, find hope. Here is that idea of, is the cup half full or half empty? Hopefully you're going to look at your situation and look for God in the midst of your suffering. A lot of people call this meaning making or religious coping. even cognitive appraisal, which is your perception of the situation. So we encourage you to look for possibilities. What can you learn from this situation? Ask yourself, what can I learn about God? What can I learn about myself? What can I learn about people as I go through this situation? Remember, David stated, joy comes with the morning. Yes, there is hope. Step 5, act positively. So the question is, what's the best way for you to respond to your situation? How can you respond to your situation in a godly way? Think about those questions. What actions can you take that will honor God? So now you have the 5 steps to help you change your negative emotions into positive ones. Click on the videos that you see on the screen to continue to learn how to deal with your negative emotions. If you liked this video, click the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel.